Hello again, YouTube. Today I'm just going to be reviewing this cycling kit that was sent to me. Now, for disclosure, this was provided to me free of charge and for the purposes of the review, but I was very straight up with the company and said if I do a review on it, I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can, and they were cool with that, so I was cool with that. So anyway, let's talk about it. So the company in question is called Oolactive. Oolactive. I'm still not sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, they are a Chinese manufacturer, and they're not the first that have approached me, but they approached me probably a couple of weeks ago just with an email off the back of my YouTube channel saying, would you like to review one of our kits? Now, like I say, they're not the first Chinese manufacturer that has approached me, and I've always I'll always take a look at the website of the people that approach me. And generally I've just looked at the websites and just thought, yeah, it's just another budget cycling kit. And there was nothing that really stood out to me. So I think the things that set this company apart for me and, you know, kind of led to me saying, yeah, okay, I'll review this for you. There were a couple of things. One, their designs. They're not ripping off mainstream cycling brands. But the other thing that appealed is they've got kind of a sense of humour. And as I was perusing their designs, I stumbled across this one here. And honestly, that really does kind of capture one of the reasons why I cycle. And you know what? It made me laugh. And I felt good about it. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll give this a test for you. Now, it got better when they actually offered to make it to measure. Being a big guy, getting kit to fit can be, you know, a little bit of a challenge. You're always buying at the big end of a manufacturer's size range. So having the offer of a made-to-measure kit seemed like a no-brainer. If you're buying kit from them, as you can see on their website, all you have to do is email them in advance of your order and they will make to measure for you. And they tell me that there's no uplift in price. There's obviously going to be an increase in the lead time to get the kit to you, but the made to measure option for me was a real unique selling point. Now, I personally made the mistake with their sizing of looking at the jersey sizes and thinking, you know, I'll just go for the biggest one they've got. And then thinking to myself, you know what? Be cool if they could make the shorts to measure though. Lead time to get the kit was probably, I guess, a little over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. Now, when you think that this has been made to measure and it's come all the way from China, that's not bad. They also provide you with a pretty good tracking service. And certainly when the package arrived in the UK, it was delivered to me via Royal Mail, tracked to 48 hours. So that's, you know, that's a pretty good level of service. So when I opened the kit, quality was surprisingly good. Now, bearing in mind that this is a kit that you can buy from their website, I think when I was talking to these guys, the UK cost was just over 50 quid. And that's for the shorts, the jersey, delivery and everything. And bearing in mind that they will make to measure for that price, okay? So that's pretty good. First thing I noticed was the quality of the fabric on the jersey feels okay. You know, it feels pretty much like any mainstream jersey that I've bought. Also, what I really did like is that the print quality is sharp. In the past, I've bought kind of eBay kits that have obviously been made in China, and the print quality always leaves something to be desired, but certainly this looked really sharp. In fact, if I put it down next to something like an Altura jersey or something like that, it's right up there, you know, in terms of quality. The jersey's got pretty nice stretch panels on the side, which are kind of these ventilated stretch panels, and that's pretty nice. And a full-length zip, which I really do like. You get 3 pockets at the back. Now, one of the things that I have fed back to Oolactive is when I rode this kit for the first time, I actually found the pockets a little bit shallow. I certainly think that if you have one of the later iPhones or something like that, my standard for a jersey pocket is you should be able to take one of the later iPhones and fit it in vertically with a good margin at the top that it's not going to bounce out. So I fed that back to them and they said, okay, thanks very much. We've not had anyone else say that, but we'll certainly feed it back to the factory. So they took it on board. If they do anything with that, well, we'll wait and see. Now, having said that, even though the pockets are a little bit shallow for me, there's certainly room in there for a couple of tubes, and certainly room for your iPhone. You just kind of, what I did was put it in sideways like that. So the jersey, really like it. Full length zipper, good quality materials, good quality stitching, nice sharp print. And like I say, well, the only thing I could think that I would improve would be the pockets. The shorts, again, you know, the quality of the workmanship looks really good. The quality of the print is really good as well. And one thing I did notice about the shorts is, look at the pad. Actually, that looks all right. Definitely with some of the cheaper pads that I've got, they're almost like a one uniform thickness with just, it's almost like golf ball dimples in it, basically. But the difference I see with this pad is that there are padded areas that are independently covered here, but actually telling you why they've put different densities where they've put them. And you know, they do feel different. Well, there you go. But of course, this means nothing, because the real acid test is, how does this ride? So, as you can see here, on the bike, I actually think it looks pretty good. Now, obviously, a kit like this isn't for everyone. A lot of my dyed-in-the-wool roadie friends would absolutely cringe if I rocked up to a group ride wearing a jersey that said, I cycle because I really like beer. But for me, you know, what the hell, life is too short. If you can raise a smile from somebody, including yourself, go for it. I have to say that the kit, in addition to, in my opinion, looking pretty good, rides pretty good as well. Full length zipper on the jersey, which is really nice, especially with the hot weather we've got going on in the UK at the moment. One thing I did notice about the shorts is they've got a really high front on them, and I really like that. And let's talk about that pad. Well, what can I tell you? 70 kilometres, no problems at all. It was as comfortable as any of the cycling kit I've got. And if I compare it with another Chinese kit I bought myself, which isn't that old, it is in a different league. Seriously, it properly was comfortable. Now, one thing I will say about the fit on the shorts is, when I put them on, I thought that either I'd given them the wrong measurements or they'd been made a bit on the snug side. However, it soon dawned on me that's not the case, because when you get them on, they are made to measure. 70-kilometre ride last Sunday, and that included 20 kilometres of gravel and trails, and they were plenty comfortable for that. I didn't walk away from it thinking, you know, the pad's bad, or they're a bad fit here, or they're a bad fit there. About the only thing that I would say is that, stupidly, I'd ordered the jersey too big. And again, as a big guy, I suppose you could look at that as a positive. What I personally found is, because I'd ordered the jersey too big, and because those pockets are quite shallow, I'd find myself sort of like getting home, going for my keys and panicking, thinking, oh God, I've lost them. And in fact, what it was just that the pocket was a lot further down than I'm used to. I'm used to a pocket just above the hip, and this was kind of more round towards the seat of the bike sort of thing. But like I say, that I wouldn't take anything away from Oolactive for that, because that was my bad in ordering the jersey too big. So, in summary, a Chinese cycling kit that's been a bit of a surprise to me, in that, one, it doesn't cost the earth, and come on, right now everybody needs a bargain, don't they? Two, they will make it to measure for that price for you. Three, they've got some designs that I really like, that appeal to my sense of humour. But they've also got some designs that will appeal to the more classic and staid among us. And four, well, it was free and they asked me to try it, so I did. But I honestly wouldn't say that this was good if I didn't think it was good. Because I know that, you know, I'm trying to build a channel here, I'm trying to build some credibility, and I did say to them, I'm going to give the feedback in the review will be exactly the feedback that I've given you guys, and they were cool with that. So I would say, given that you can get it made to measure, given at the moment in the UK you can get it for a bit over 50 quid, and given that with the discount code Ian20, which is unique to this channel, you can get a 20% discount. It's a no-brainer. Anyway, thanks for watching this one, YouTube. I'll catch you in the next.